Gambling affiliates is obviously one of the most lucrative niches for affiliate marketing and SEO. And yet, because of that, it tends to be very competitive and expensive. Plus, because it's slightly shady nature, other websites tend to be a bit reluctant to actually work with you on that. So that means if you're doing link building, the backlinks tend to be a lot more expensive. And if you're doing parasite SEO, a lot of parasites won't even accept your release in the first place. And others might be more expensive, or just have much more strenuous requirements, which make it difficult to actually rank and make money out of it. However, there are better options, and here's a little secret trick I've managed to uncover. I've said before that Globe Newswire is actually a really good parasite, and yet it's basically a press release distribution platform. So if you can use a press release distributor that has access to Globe Newswire and gets your release on Globe Newswire, there's a good chance you can get it to rank. So in this case, we have a simple press release. But if we come up to the Ahrefs Chrome extension, then we can see this is ranking for, okay, only 2 keywords, but just those 2 keywords are providing around 100 visitors per month. Now, this is in the present day. This was published at the end of January, so I have no doubt this was actually doing a lot better when it first went live. Globe Newswire especially seems to have that recency bias, where it's possible to get a huge surge in traffic for a couple of weeks that then slowly starts to diminish over time. So if we go into the current keywords, we can see this press release is ranking for the actual brand name it's promoting, 12 Play 20, 2,100 searches per month. This press release is at position 7. And actually, it looks like in this case I was wrong. There wasn't an immediate response in January, February, but it actually seems like in April, post-Google update, suddenly these keywords started ranking. Now, you might be thinking, how on earth does Globe Newswire accept a gambling press release? Well, the answer basically comes down to how the release is actually submitted. So we can see from the top, we have a newsworthy heading. Remember, the whole point of a press release, it needs to be objective and newsworthy. Now, that's not to say we can't optimize the anchor text, so we can see this rich anchor text of online casino Singapore, and we can see generally in the first paragraph, it is exactly what a press release needs to be: objective, calm, newsworthy. There's no hype or salesmanship here. But of course, it's not as simple as that. Now, I actually found this through the Newsfront, which is the newsroom, the distribution platform of Magic PR. So you've heard me talk about Magic PR before on my channel. Basically, it's a fairly premium press release service. You can definitely get press releases cheaper, but they don't come with Business Insider, MSN, Yahoo Finance, Globe Newswire, and all these top names. Not only that, but Magic PR also distributes the press releases to a huge network of sites. He's got his own network. He's partnered with other networks. So there's actually a lot more power there than you actually see in the report and in the front end. And so it's for this reason that Magic PR's press releases tend to be a lot more powerful than your standard press release. That's on top of the fact you can get these more premium platforms. And like I say, Globe Newswire especially seems to be a very powerful parasite. Now, I found this original press release on the Newsfront distribution, basically because when this press release gets distributed, it does need to be hosted somewhere before it goes off to all the different platforms for distribution. Now, Magic PR actually has a lot of experience with trying to make press releases work for parasite SEO, gambling affiliates, all these kinds of top SEO niches, because he is fundamentally an SEO. This isn't about perfect branding and news coverage. This is about making money online and getting on these powerful platforms, whatever your product may happen to be, even if it's not actually your product. So I discovered this because this is really interesting. Madge has told me that the way to get an affiliate product approved as a press release, you basically need to look like the press release is coming from that brand. So the way you do that is you actually need a domain name that looks like the brand itself. So in this case, where it says Online Casino Singapore in the first line, nice call to action there, we can see, or at least I can see in my search bar, I've got 12play20.com/SG for Singapore. Now, if I open this as a new tab, keep an eye on my search bar at the top. I know it's going to be difficult on YouTube, but you're going to see something very interesting. If we open link in new tab, and now is it loading? Watch the search bar. Let me do this another way. If I just go and copy this link address, and let's just create a quick Google Doc. Now, this is the URL I copied directly from the press release. Now let's look at the page I opened, and again, I'll just zoom in here. And what do you notice is different? The actual brand name is 12play28, that's where we've been sent to, but the domain featured in the press release is 12play20.com. So this affiliate, working with Magic PR, has been very clever, and they've made it look like this is a direct link to an actual brand, but actually it's a domain that very closely resembles the brand, that then goes to a 301 redirect, probably adding their affiliate tag in the meantime to then take you to the actual brand. which has the 28, not the 20. So I can do that again right here, copy link address. If I go up to the search bar, and you can see 12play20.com. So Magic PR has explained this to me. The key thing about getting these types of press releases approved is making sure the opening of the article really does look like good, authoritative press release material. But you definitely can, further down in the release, get away with more of the SEO text. And as for the links, they're mainly caring about dead links that don't work and things that are obviously dodgy. But if it's a link that looks like it's going to a brand, and that brand is only very slightly different in the URL, then there's no reason that's not going to get approved. And there is nuance there. So Madge did tell me that when I called him up on this, he basically said not every editor will approve you for this. It is literally a case of a certain degree of chance. So you've got to pitch the press release in the right way, and then it literally depends which editor you get. Some will be really hot on these kinds of things and will check everything. Others won't check much at all. So I don't know anyone who has gone to this length to actually get these kinds of releases approved in mainstream media. So I know Madge works with a lot of top SEOs and affiliates around the world, and so he's very proud of this process. So like I say, I'd look at Magic PR and think, okay, that's quite expensive in terms of just a press release. But then you start looking at the individual logos and you start to think, actually, I do kind of want to be in Business Insider. That sounds pretty good. But then as an affiliate, when you factor in, you can actually be really quite scheming and devious with this process. I think Madge is the only person I know who is able to get these gambling press releases approved because he has worked out the strategy, has worked out the process. So if you're either a gambling affiliate or you're working for a gambling brand, then I'd say Magic PR would be your first port of call, just to get some backlink power into your site for one thing, but also actually getting legitimate press releases on Globe Newswire and similar, ranking for really good gambling affiliate keywords. So with Magic PR, it's not just about the placement. You can get on Globe Newswire relatively cheaply without having to go through Madge, but to actually know how to get that press release approved and get those affiliate links placed on a high ranking site like Globe Newswire, that's a real talent. I've not seen it anywhere else.